Hello, my soul friends, and welcome to your tarot reading. My name is Emery, and today we are going to do a reading on your next 24 hours or a special day in the near future. If you don't have something important coming up in the next 24 hours or in the next few months, go ahead and bookmark this reading to watch when that day gets closer or when something comes up. Otherwise, this reading is really only for those who have a special day coming up and they want to be prepared. So this reading works for the next 24 hours if there's something special or if there's something in the near future and you would like to prepare for it or know what's coming your way. So if that resonates with you, if that works for you, this is your reading, and all you need to do to receive your message is pick one of these three piles. To help you make that decision, you can look at each of these images up close, and whichever triggers your intuition, that is your pile. Pile 1 is a pink flower. Pile 2 is a green leaf. And pile 3 is a white flower. So whichever image triggered your intuition, that is your pile. If you need to, you can pause this video and meditate on each of those images. But once you know which one is yours, you can go into the description or comments of this video and click your timestamp. Or if it's easier, you can scroll on the time bar of the video to your section. So once you have your pile in mind, let's get started. Hello, pile 1, my pink flower pile. Welcome to your tarot reading. We are going to go ahead and get started by pulling 3 cards from the Chakra Wisdom Oracle deck, just to get a general idea about what's going to happen in the next 24 hours or on your special day. So let's go ahead and get started. Universe, what does pile 1 need to know about their day? What does pile 1 need to know? What needs to be known? All right, your first of 3 cards is gossip. So it seems like there's going to be a lot of talk. There's going to be a lot of negative talk. Gossip can be positive, but generally it's not. And this gossip that you're going to hear is going to really, really bother you. You are going to feel as if you're either the talk of the town, or you're going to feel as if there is something you should know, but you don't, and everyone else knows about it all around you. The next card is vanity. There seems to be some issue of appearance, some issue of shallowness, some issue of being very concerned with how you appear or how someone else appears. And when this is compared with the gossip card, this definitely indicates that there is some concern or anxiety of other people. What are they thinking about you? What are they going to do because of what they perceive about you? All these things. So if this is about something you're intending to do, if your day is about something you're trying to accomplish, you may feel really, really insecure just because of what other people are saying. It may not be about how prepared you are, but about when you step into this day, when you step into the situation, you're going to encounter a lot of talk, and it's going to really warp your mind. Your third card is Quest. So this is actually a really positive card. This is a great sign considering the other 2 cards. You are going to take this issue in stride. You're going to consider the gossip and the vanity at play as just something you need to deal with, just something you need to face as part of the day's quest. So while there is a little bit of stress here, and I am concerned about that, I do think you're going to overcome it. I think you're only going to be momentarily distracted, but you are going to be able to move on. Now, with this quest card, it does make me think of a mentor or someone who is there to guide you, because that is often what happens in a quest. The hero or the heroine meets someone who guides them along the way. And so what you may want to do, if you have time, especially if this day is a few months out, is try to prepare beforehand for any sort of gossip or concerns about what other people are going to do. So if someone were to take a test, they would practice sitting for the test. They would practice ignoring what other people are saying. They would practice feeling looked at by the test administrators. And let's say it's something bigger. Let's say it's something more public, like a wedding. A person may be concerned that maybe their wedding dress isn't pretty enough, or maybe other people are going to talk about them. And what you could do, for example, is make sure that you find a dress that you're proud to wear, but also make sure that you really invite only the people you want to be there. So there's definitely a lot of things you can do when it comes to these 3 cards to prepare ahead of time. Now, if this day is literally in the next 24 hours or very, very soon, you may be wondering how you can prepare ahead of time. Try to take a break. Don't try to, like if it's a test, study hours and hours before. Take a break, trust yourself, review only the most important information, and really just focus on relaxing and reducing your anxiety, because you are going to encounter stress from this gossip and vanity. And if you're already stressed before you get to that situation, that is going to hype up your stress even more. So definitely work on lowering your stress, lowering your cortisol. That way, when it does spike, it doesn't spike even higher. So make sure that you are taking a rest. So let's go ahead and get to your tarot cards. I'm going to pull 5 tarot cards today. So universe, what does pile 1 need to know about their next 24 hours or their special day? What are the details? And this is from the Everyday Tarot deck. What does pile 1 need to know? What does pile 1 need to know? I didn't even see that one when I put the rest of the cards in the deck, but we're going to trust that that card is meant to be there. All right. Your first card is the 2 of Swords reversed. This is either about not being able to make a decision, being flustered with decisions, or being confused, not being able to use your intuition, even though your intuition is being called for. And I primarily think that you are going to be confronted with a lot of options. Some of those options are illusions. And because of that, you're going to feel like you have to make a choice when you're not actually meant to make a choice right now. So an example of this would be if someone gets to a testing center, and I keep using a test because I feel like that's something most people have experienced before, so they're going to be able to resonate with the examples I give. But let's say a person gets to the testing center and they hear people talking about the test, they hear people gossiping about the test, and it's so hard, and this person thinks, you know what, I can't handle this test, I should leave. But if you leave the testing center, you're going to fail the test anyway. You might as well take the test and see how you will do. So there is definitely this sense of a false choice you're going to be confronted with, and you need to reject that choice. You need to trust your preparation, or just trust yourself that you can handle whatever the next 24 hours or this special day has in store for you. The next card is the Fool reversed. This is about acting foolishly in a bad way, maybe impulsively or making a mistake. And I definitely think right now you are in peril of making a mistake that you will regret. And again, I do think that is because you are tempted to make a false choice that will hurt you. So what I want you to do is really ask yourself, what is the best case scenario? Because that's what's most likely going to happen, or something close to it. And then I want you to ask yourself, what are the worst case scenarios? How unrealistic are they compared to what could actually happen? So, for example, someone goes to take a test, and the best case example is that they do really, really well. An okay example would be they do okay. A worst case example is they completely fail, or the testing center catches on fire in the middle of a test, and you can start to see how catastrophizing the situation isn't helpful, and it's going to cause you to make weird decisions that are actually going to hurt you. So hope for the best, prepare for the best, but also prepare for things not going exactly as you plan. Now, in most cases, the worst case scenario is rare and it's unlikely to happen. And even if it does, there's probably somebody around to help you. But I really don't think the worst case scenario is actually going to happen to you in the next 24 hours or on your special day. And that is because of the quest card. Even though there are some struggles, even though there are some difficulties with the gossip and vanity card, those are really shallow and superficial problems. And that's not saying that your feelings about them are unreasonable. It's really saying that the actual problems you encounter aren't really serious and you can overcome them. So let's get to your third tarot card. The third tarot card is the King of Pentacles. This is about not being able to manifest, but in particular, when I see a King card in a pick a card reading, it indicates someone external to you. So it could be a man as well, but in this case, it's probably someone external to you. And this is someone who is perhaps worried themselves. So back to that testing example, the reason why that gossip is happening is because someone else feels really, really bad. And because they feel really bad, they want you to feel really bad. They want their misery to have company. And so that's what I'm really seeing here, is that someone else who is really struggling, someone else connected to these next 24 hours or this special day is having a hard time, and they want their misery to have company, and that company they want to have is you. So if you reject their desire to include you in their struggles, there's a good chance that you can completely avoid any tribulations at all. This person is being unreasonable. Maybe they have reasonable fears, but the way that they're trying to impress their fears onto you, impress their anxieties, it is not something you want to be influenced by. The fourth card is the Strength card, the Strength reverse card. This is about not feeling within your power. This is about not feeling as if you can manifest things. And I really think when it comes to this personal quest you're on, this the next 24 hours, the struggles of that, you are feeling as if you aren't prepared. And it is possible you're not 100% prepared. Almost no one is 100% prepared for anything. But what you can do is do whatever you have in the time you have left that's reasonable to practice, to prepare. So if you have 12 hours before a test, don't study for 10 of those hours. Maybe spend about an hour or two just reviewing the most important concepts or the concepts that you're struggling with. If you have a wedding or a big event in the next month or so and you're worried it'll go wrong, you can talk with someone and brainstorm some things, brainstorm some problems that you may encounter, and then just have a plan in place for how you'll address those. And then just relax. You really, really need to relax, because a lot of the problems I'm seeing in your spread, they're in your head and they do come from something external to you, but a lot of those feelings can be overcome. A lot of those feelings can be soothed with the power of positive thinking, but also by preparing with whatever time you have. So your last tarot card is the Ten of Swords reversed. This is a great card. This is a card of picking yourself up after disaster or after feeling like you hit a roadblock in life. So I do think you are going to experience that wall. You are going to experience this frustration, this failure, but you are going to pick yourself up. And because this is about the event itself and not the after effects of the event, so this is about basically the testing day and not your results that you'll get weeks later, this picking yourself up isn't referring to you failing the day of. It is referring to your feelings of failure and overcoming them to take on that next 24 hours or that special day. So you are going to really reconcile all your problems within yourself and rise like a phoenix and take on this day. Now, you may have a few tense minutes or a few tense hours as you go into this next 24 hours or this special day, but you are going to be able to get over those butterflies and make the most of the day as it is. So just be prepared for things to be initially difficult, but then you are going to feel better as you get experience with the day, as you get familiar with the anxieties and worries. This is like when someone takes a test and they're really, really scared of the test, but once they start doing the questions, they feel better. Maybe there are some questions they don't know, but they feel pretty confident once they start taking the test that they're actually going to do pretty well. And that is what I am seeing here. So what I'm going to do now is roll some astro dice and pull some charms to get some more symbolism that is going to occur during this day. So let's get the astro dice. Universe, what does pile one need to know? What is an area of their life they need to be aware of when it comes to the next 24 hours or their special day? All right, let's look at your dice, and it looks like we have the North Node in Scorpio in the 11th house. So the North Node is basically what is emphasized in your life. It is also, some people consider, the direction of your destiny, but the way that you'll experience it is the emphasis, what gets bigger, what gets a little bit crazier. And with Scorpio here, this indicates quite a lot of mysterious things happening, perhaps occult things happening. And the 11th house, which is about community, friendships, people in your environment. And what I am seeing here is that you really need to be aware of the magic atmosphere you're going to be stepping in. So whatever is special about this next 24 hours or this special day, someone else is really going into that with that awareness. They may have lucky charms, they may be doing spells, they may be doing something to empower themselves, and perhaps empower themselves at the expense of others. So what you may want to do is to have your own lucky charm, your own spell, something like that. If this is short notice, you could just write some affirmations and put them in your pocket. You could wear something that you consider lucky. If you have more time to prepare, you can do a spell, or you can do something special to mark this, like with a ritual. But definitely pick something that'll bring you luck. Don't try to hurt other people's luck. That's going to be bad karma. But definitely do something to increase your luck, and that will improve your chances, because it definitely seems that someone in your environment is going to do whatever it takes to succeed, or whatever it takes for them to have a better experience. And if you are doing something with another person, perhaps like as an example, like a wedding or a presentation with other people, you want to make sure that any sort of lucky charms or talismans you're using don't conflict with each other. It's unlikely that this is going to be the case, but just double check. So what we will do now is pull some charms. So, universe, give me some charm, some symbolism that'll help guide pile 1 over the next 24 hours or their special day. All right, let's pull them. Ooh, that's a lot of charms. Probably too many. But maybe there's a lot going to be happening in your life. So let's look at each of them briefly. We have a horse. Horses are about speed, so there's going to be a lot happening over the next 24 hours or your special day. We have a fish. This could be an indication of gossip to where you feel like you are part of something bigger. You may feel as if you're part of a school of fish and you are stressed out because you don't feel as if you are independent. There is a key. This is an indication that you need a key or a charm to improve your circumstances. We have a turtle. You need to slow things down, so work on maybe do a meditation beforehand, even if it's just a few minutes. Have a breath practice. What I do is just 3 deep breaths whenever I get stressed. I can basically do that anywhere I am. You may want to do something like that too. We have a butterfly. It could be a moth, but this is a spiritual quality. We know there's a spiritual element to your day, perhaps because of what other people are doing. And of course, if this is a special day to you, it's going to have spiritual significance in your life anyway. We have a dragonfly. That is another indication of spirituality. We have a fairy. Fairies can be like guardian angels. They can also, if they're like bad fairies or bad spirits, they're small spirits, but they can create like good luck and bad luck, sort of like you trip along the way when you're walking. That could be the work of a fairy. We have a guitar. You may find it beneficial to de-stress with music. And then we have an angel. So there is a guardian angel looking out for you. So overall, what I am seeing in your spread about this day is that there are going to be some real conflicts that you need to be aware of, but they are conflicts you can overcome. Whatever bad luck you experience, it's not going to last. You are going to be able to proceed with your day just fine. It's probably going to end well. That's good news. And I'm really just seeing a lot of positive things, even though there is some negative things at play. Don't be overly concerned about them. Don't let yourself be caught up by that. But overall, pile 1, a great spread. I don't feel like I need to wish you good luck. I think you are going to find your own good luck. But if this reading helped you or resonated with you at all in any way, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more. You can also look into the description of this video for links to my socials or a link to my Ko-Fi to tip if you really appreciated it. Otherwise, go ahead and leave a comment to this video about what this special day is for you, and that way I can wish you good luck directly. Otherwise, I can't wait to see you again. Hello, pile 2, my leaf pile. I am so glad to see you here today. Let's go ahead and get started to figure out what your next 24 hours is going to be like, or your special day. So I'm going to start out with 3 cards from the Chakra Wisdom Oracle deck, just to get a general idea of the main themes of your day. So, universe, what does pile 2 need to know about this day? What is most important? What needs to be known? Let's see. All right, your first card is acceptance. So this can mean a lot of good things. This could mean an internal self-acceptance, but this could also be a sign that you get good news, that something very positive happens. This would be like waiting for a letter, an acceptance letter from a college and getting an acceptance letter. Or it could be going on a date and finding out you really like this person. But there's definitely a lot of positive energy, and this is a sign that you are going to be heading in a very positive direction, and specifically a direction that you really want to go in. Now, for some of you, if you are really worried about something and accepting something would be a bad news for you, this could be bad news. But let's get the second card to know for sure. Ooh, the second card is guilt. So this could indicate that whatever you end up committing to, you are feeling guilt for your decision in some way. Perhaps it is because when you take one road, you are choosing to ignore the other. So there are some possibilities here. Let's use some examples. Let's say that someone gets accepted to a college, but it's not the college their family wants them to go to. That would be an experience of guilt. Or let's say that this person gets good news that they can move to a new apartment or a new job, but it would mean that they would have to turn back on their current life or say goodbye to people. So it does seem like even though you're going to get good news of some sort, you are going to feel guilty for that news. The third card is soulmate. So whatever this commitment is, whatever this acceptance is, it is a very positive thing. So even though there are some problems involved over the next 24 hours or on this special day, it is meant to be. It is very positive. Now, with this soulmate card, it can be an indication if this is a romance or relationship related day that you're having, that you are going to meet someone that you were meant to meet. If this is romance, this is a soulmate or a twin flame. If this is a friend, then this person is someone you're going to feel really, really connected to, really committed to. So you're definitely going to be accepting a relationship. But if this has nothing to do with a specific relationship, then what this soulmate card means is that you are stepping in to a destined part of your life. You are stepping into something that was meant to be. And I think you're going to feel some guilt because of that, because you are going to be perhaps rejecting what other people want you to do, because you are pursuing what you want to do or what the universe wants you to do. You could also be feeling guilt over having to do something that is hard but necessary. You may be feeling guilty because you regret that it had to get to this point. But I do think that this acceptance card is this understanding that you are doing what is important and you are going to make whatever sacrifices is needed in order to improve your life or improve the world somehow. So there's something very important about this day, something very consequential about you deciding to pursue this day and really embrace it. So whatever you're doing, it really matters, even if it seems small right now. So when it comes to this guilt, I don't actually want you to feel guilty in the long term. I want you to understand that the decisions you're going to be making are very, very important. So we're going to pull 5 tarot cards from the Everyday Tarot deck to get some more context when it comes to this situation. So universe, what does pile 2 need to know about this situation? What does pile 2 need to know? What needs to be known about this day? So before I pull these cards, I did think of something just now. So even though this day has important consequences for your life, you may not experience all those consequences, all that intensity. There may be hints of it, but you are probably going to look back on this day months or even years from now and say, that is when my life began, or that is when the next chapter of my life began. Something really important happened on this day, even if it's just the beginning of something. And often when it's the beginning of something or the end of something, it may not feel that big in the moment, but it is actually really, really big. So let's get your first tarot card. Your first tarot card is the Seven of Pentacles reversed. This is about a bad investment or not putting the work in. And I actually get the feeling that this is choosing to let some things in your life go because you're accepting a person or a destiny that's meant to be. And because of that, you don't have as much room in your life to keep pursuing some things that you're currently pursuing. So you are definitely going to find that after this day, or maybe just in this day itself, that you are going to let go of something in your life is going to leave, and you're going to have to really be emotionally okay with that. Otherwise, the guilt will really eat you up. The next card is the King of Swords. So for me, in a pick a card reading, a king card can represent a person, such as like a man or a masculine figure, but it primarily represents an external figure that you're dealing with. And because this card is upright, this is actually a positive figure. This is a person who is going to have a positive effect on your life. And this person is a bit logical. This person is really rational, and they are probably going to be involved in your day somehow. This could be your soulmate, for example, or your friend. They may not seem as emotionally available, but you're going to sense that they're a really good person, or that they're really, really intelligent. This King of Swords could also reference a person you're dealing with. If you were someone taking a test, this could be the test proctor, and there's someone that you really trust. There's someone that you feel easy around, but this person, even though whoever it turns out to be, isn't someone who is emotionally warm, you're going to feel safe around them, or you're going to feel that this person is really capable, and that is going to give you the room to do what you need to do. And it'll help you feel less guilty because you're going to look at this person and be like, oh, that is what I need to be. I need to be perhaps a little bit stoic about this situation and less negatively emotional. Because you can be emotional in a positive way, but I do think the guilt may cause you to act in ways emotionally that isn't healthy. So if you see someone who is very reserved and not as emotional, you can use them as a guide for your behavior. Maybe not for how you feel on the inside, but you can reflect how they're acting. The third tarot card is the Six of Pentacles. This is a card of charity or giving or putting effort in, and it's a positive card. So this could be a sign that someone does something very nice for you, or you do something very nice for them, but there is definitely a positive energy exchange, and that's going to lead to a lot of good karma. So when it comes to this day, even though you feel guilt about something, you are going to do something that is morally right. And because you're going to do something that is morally right, you're either going to be rewarded today, or your actions today are going to reward you later on in life. So, for example, if someone did receive a college acceptance letter, and even though they feel guilty about not going to the university their parents want them to go to, by choosing to stick to their intentions of going to the university they want to and overcoming that guilt, it'll probably lead to them having a very positive college experience and getting a good job. So understand that your actions in the next 24 hours or on your special day, if you are acting in the way that is in alignment with you and in alignment with the universe, everything is going to get so much better for you. The fourth tarot card is the Hierophant reversed. This is about bucking against the trend. This is about rebelling. This is about doing something that isn't normal. Now, I do think because of the guilt card, you are doing something that isn't normal. You're acting in a maverick way, and it's going to be a good thing. You are going to have to do something that is hard because it's something that other people aren't doing, or it's something that other people don't want you to do, but it's necessary for you to do because it is related to your soulmate or your destiny in some way. So you are going to have to accept that you are going to act in a way that isn't going to be accepted, but learn to accept yourself, learn to not feel guilt, and your life will get so much better. You will get rewarded. It's just going to be temporarily hard because of that guilt, but that guilt isn't going to last. You are going to learn why your decision, why your acceptance is necessary. Now, the last tarot card today is the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles in any tarot deck I pull is my most positive card. It is my favorite card. It is the card I tell my decks is the most positive card anyone can get in their readings. So this is a card of legacy. This is a card of abundance. This is a card of fulfillment. And it could be a sign that you are going to have financial success. It could also be a sign of being very committed. But it does seem that whatever you accept, it's going to turn into something later on in life that is going to be very positive for you, which is definitely something we're seeing in your spread, but it is confirmed. You are going to be positively rewarded, either immediately, but even if you are rewarded immediately, there is going to be a later in life reward. So smile, like what you're going to be doing, it is really going to improve your life so much. It's going to be so important for you to do. It is going to put you in alignment with what you were meant to do. So now what we're going to do is roll some astro dice and pull some charms to see if there's any other symbolic things you need to be aware of for this next 24 hours or this special day. So let's roll your astro dice. Universe, is there any area of their life that pile 2 needs to be aware of for this day? All right, the first dice is Jupiter, which is a card of good luck or expansion. The next dice is Taurus, which is a card of stability but also abundance. And then the third dice is also for the third house, which is about communication. It can also be about siblings, things that are really close to you. So it does seem that, especially with the acceptance thing, accepting, there's going to be some sort of verbal acknowledgement in what you're doing. You're going to have to be very committed, and you're going to have to say that you're committed. It's going to give you good luck. It's going to really put you on a path. Now, for some of you, this acceptance may not be an acceptance that you have to verbalize right away. Maybe you can talk about it later, or you can communicate it later, but you need to write down something as soon as you decide that you are accepting or committing to something as an affirmation to yourself. And the reason why you need to do this is that it will change something in your mind to help you accept the destiny that you are being led on. So whatever you are accepting about this day or committing to on this day, write it down. Maybe have a journal entry. It will be an important monument to this day and how your life changes. So definitely communicate to yourself in paper or out loud. Maybe you can record a note on your phone, create a vision board, something like that, and it will really mark the next chapter of your life. So the next thing we're going to do is pull some charms to get some symbols that may be relevant about this day. All right, universe, what does pile 2 need to know about this day? What does pile 2 need to know? All right. Your first charm is a fish. This is about being part of something because you're part of a school of fish. The next one is a mermaid. This is about you transforming from that school of sea animals, that greater community, into an individual. So by accepting this, even though it may feel that you are joining into a new community or joining into a new commitment, this isn't just about what you are doing for other people or doing for the universe. It's about what you're doing for yourself. And then there's a butterfly, which is about spirituality. There's spiritual significance to what you're doing. We have an arrow through a love charm. This could be a sign of falling in love. This could be a sign of being struck by Cupid's arrow and feeling very in love with what you do or with this decision. We have a cat. Cats are very cunning, sleek creatures. You are going to be acting very strategically, probably because of that King of Swords influence. And then the last charm is an owl. This is wisdom. So you are going to learn something from this situation. And I get the sense that whatever you're accepting or committing to, it's going to be an important life lesson for you, and it's going to probably change your mind and change your perception about what you can do in the future in a positive way. It is going to build things for you. It's going to teach you things. It's going to help you create a new foundation for your life. Otherwise, pile 2, this is an amazing spread. I'm not seeing any particular red flags other than you feeling guilty about what you need to do, even though what you need to do is going to be a positive thing. If this day is something you're worried about because you feel like something negative is going to happen, or you know something negative is going to happen, understand that you are going to walk away from this day with a new lease on life. You are going to make new decisions for yourself. It's going to be a life lesson that will improve your life. I often say that the universe usually doesn't throw disasters your way because the universe wants to see you struggle. Usually what happens is a disaster is coming your way because of the free will of others causing disruption and disorganization and chaos in the world. So the universe uses what you are going to experience anyway to improve your life. So that's what I'm seeing here. So whether your day is going to be something good happening or something bad happening, you are entering a new chapter. You are going to enter into a new chapter that you like better, and things are just going to be very blessed for you. And I really like to see that. If this reading resonated with you at all, pile 2, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more. You can also go into the description of this video for links to my socials or a link to my Ko-Fi to tip if you really appreciated it. Otherwise, be sure to let me know in the comments what is going to happen on this day for you, so that way I can wish you good luck. Otherwise, pile 2, I can't wait to see you again. Hello, pile 3, my white flower pile. Welcome to your tarot reading. We are going to go ahead and get started by figuring out what are the main themes for the next 24 hours or your special day. And we are going to use the Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards. So, universe, what does pile 3 need to know about their special day? What do they need to know about this day? What needs to be known? What's important? All right, the first card in your spread is expansion. So it seems like there's going to be an expansion or an increase of something like opportunities or options or even just more. There's going to be a lot more happening in your life on this day. It's going to be unusual and it's going to feel pretty hopeful, pretty optimistic. This is a good card. The next card is perfection. This is an indication that what happens you are really going to like, and it's going to feel almost like a wish is coming true. You're probably going to want to pinch yourself and say, wow, this can't be true. So for those of you who are hoping to have a good day, this is a confirmation of that. If you pick this video because this is a day you're worrying about, this is actually an indication that things are going to go a lot better than you expected. Your next card is forgiveness. Now, this could be a sign that you need to forgive yourself. It could be a sign that you need to forgive the universe or another person, but it does seem that you had some sort of negative feelings that turns out aren't real. Now, it's possible somebody could be forgiving you. That is an indication too. But what this card is really saying is that some negative feelings that you were wrapped up in that caused you to feel very negative towards someone or something else, or perhaps the universe or your life, that is actually going to change. That is going to be resolved, and you are going to feel at ease in your spirit. You're going to feel as if things are a lot easier, like you're going to be able to rest, just like this boy. And one thing we notice here is that there is a rhino in this card, and rhinos are famously volatile creatures. They can be very dangerous if you see them in the wild, if you go to Africa. And because of that, the fact that this little boy is actually able to basically hug this rhino and sleep next to it is an indication that the concerns that you have about your life, those are going to fade away, at least temporarily, and this day is going to be a lot easier and a lot better than you could have ever expected. So what we are going to do now, we're going to get into some details about this day, and I'm going to pull 5 cards from the Everyday Tarot deck. So, universe, what does pile 3 need to know about this day? What details do they need to know? Why is this going to be such a good day? Why is this going to be a good day? Why is that important to know? What does pile 3 need to know? All right, your first of 5 cards from this deck is the 8 of Wands. This is a card of speed. This is a card of movement, of a lot of things happening. It can also be a card of descent, of things happening quickly but then slowing down because the arrows are pointing down. It is an indication that things could also be working towards a resolution. And since this is a Wands card, this could be a sign that you are feeling very impassioned or fiery about today, but the white birds, the doves, they look like doves to me, can be a sign of peace. So you are very impassioned. There's going to be a lot of movement happening during this day, perhaps more events happening than you expect, but it is going to work towards something being relaxed. So even if you don't experience that today, if today is a lot, if that day, the next 24 hours or this special day is a lot to handle, know that you are going to get a rest soon, but you have to deal with all of this first. The next card is the Star reversed. This is bad luck or not following your fate. This could be a lack of optimism. And this is an interesting card with the other ones in your spread, and it could be related to the forgiveness card. I think that you are perhaps feeling a little bit skeptical about this day, or you are feeling as if it's a gift that you're going to have to pay back, or that no way can this last. And perhaps this is an indication that after this day, which is like this wonderful height, there will be perhaps a few days that don't mean anything to you, or maybe you even have a little bit of bad luck afterwards. But there is just so much good here, and with the expansion card and with the perfection card, even if there are a little bit of bad luck after this, what happens on that day or that special day, it's going to have a lasting effect, and it's going to be something that can increase your optimism. So don't fall to the temptation of assuming that this day is a one-time thing. Instead, see it as evidence that your life can be just as good as you've always wanted it to be. Your next card actually fell down, and I don't even know if it was in the original stack that I was set to pull, but that's pretty significant, and this is the card. It is the Temperance card. This is a card of balance, of taking a moderate approach. It can also be considered like a guardian angel card, and I do think that what is happening here is that your life is going to start balancing itself out, and perhaps this expansion and this perfect day, or this day where something really good happens or leads to something good, is sort of like a karmic payback for struggles that you've experienced or bad luck that you experienced that you shouldn't have experienced. One thing to remember is that people have free will around you, and sometimes they'll do things that will hurt you, and it's not what the universe intended. So the universe is going to try to pay you back for these struggles that you experienced. Sometimes it can't happen right away, but the universe will try to work towards that. And I think that is what is happening here. The bad luck perhaps is going to continue a little bit after this day, but perhaps you had some before this day. But the universe is going to try to resettle some things, try to make things better for you. So do expect some more good days coming in the future, and you're going to feel like life gets normal. You're going to feel like life gets to a better level, and part of that betterment of your life is really just giving you better days. So even though you are bound to experience some more negative days, that is going to lessen. Things are going to get so much better for you. The next card is the Hanged Man reverse. This is about not having to make a sacrifice. And this is the specific meaning I sense in your card. There are other meanings for this card, but for your spread, I sense that the universe is going to ask you to not sacrifice yourself as much as you have in the past. You have made way too many sacrifices, and that has caused your life to be in a situation that isn't fair to you. So really, this day is about giving you what you deserve, and what you deserve is something good. It's also, you deserve for things to be easier. You deserve to not have to make so many sacrifices. There is just so much you deserve. So perhaps you're going to be forgiving the universe, forgiving what seems to be like a bad destiny, because you are going to recognize that you are actually getting what you were meant to get all along, and that is just a better life. That was something you were meant to have, and that is coming your way. This day is just the beginning of that. Now, if you are expecting a good day, obviously that makes sense, and you're going to have more days. If this next 24 hours or this special day that's coming up that you want to know about, you think it's going to be a bad day, you have reason to believe it's going to be a bad day, know that what this spread is saying is that yes, there's going to be bad luck that day, but it's the end of your bad luck. You are going to see a glimmer of hope in this day, and that is going to be proof that your life is changing. So your life is trending in the right direction. The last tarot card today is the World reversed. Now, there are a few possibilities here. The first could be that your environment right now is not ideal, and perhaps the goodness of this day is happening in a terrible environment. This could also be an indication that your life is being turned upside down. things are really changing for you. There's going to be a radical difference. And I think actually both are true. I think that there's something about your environment that isn't ideal, that isn't fair. And in order to change things, the universe really has to radically change things. It has to turn things upside down. So things are probably going to get weird. Maybe the perfection, it's a good thing, but it's kind of like the uncanny valley. You know, when there's like an illustrated picture that's so perfect, it looks weird. You're probably going to have a hard time trusting the good things that happen to you because it seems so alien and so different. But that really is just the universe trying to pay you back for your suffering. And even though it seems really weird and it seems like it's too good to be true, actually, it is what you always deserve. So the world is going to be turned upside down. Up is going to become down, down is going to become up, left is going to become right. All those sort of things. Things that you liked, you're going to hate. Things that you hate, you're going to like. Things that were mean to you, people that were mean to you are going to be nice to you. Weird things like that are going to happen, and that is the universe trying to reorganize your life to what it was meant to always be. So be aware that there's going to be some pretty radical changes like that. So what we're going to do now is actually roll some astro dice and pull some charms to get some more symbolism about this day and anything else that you need to know. Okay, universe, what does pile 3 need to know? What is one area of their life they need to be aware of for this day? What does pile 3 need to know? Okay, so we have Venus and Scorpio in the first house. Okay, this is actually a pretty amazing combination. So Venus is the sign of abundance, of beauty, of like attraction, and in Scorpio, it really makes that like a mystifying, strong energy. Anyone with their first house in Scorpio in astrology, like when you see them, like you're like, that person's a Scorpio, that person is just really elusive, really an enigma, something like that. And you are going to be a very distinct person. You're going to be a very special person. And with the first house, that is really about your appearance. That is about how you appear to others. So the blessings that happen to you, they are going to also manifest on your body. They are going to manifest in how you appear. And people are going to feel as if you have been blessed. So this is definitely a sign of a glow up or improved looks. It could also be having new outfits or anything like that. And obviously, when it comes to like narrowing it down to a day, what I would recommend you do is wear the nicest outfit you can. Really show up as your best self, as your best looking self. And the reason why is that this will empower you for that day, but also it is going to be closer to how your future self is going to look. So you aren't going to get uglier with time, you're going to get more beautiful or more handsome with time. And this day is the beginning of that. You are going to somehow have this glow about you, this mysterious glow. And other people are going to see that, and they're probably going to be attracted by that. They're probably going to think you're a little weird, but in a good way. And that's actually pretty cool. So now what we'll do is we will pull some charms. So, universe, what does pile 3 need to know about this day? What does pile 3 need to know? A lot of charms. Must be a lot going on this day, which we know from the Eight of Wands. But let's briefly go over each one. This is the fish card, like a school of fish. This is one that has shown up for everyone in this pile today. This means that you are a part of something, which I think makes sense. There's going to be an expansion in your life, so perhaps there's going to be a social expansion to where on this day you are going to feel connected to somebody or to multiple somebodies. There is a heart key. This is like a key to the heart. If your day has some sort of romantic or social connection, specifically, it's not just like there's going to be something social happening. You specifically know there's going to be a social element to that day. It's going to be really lovely. And if there's romance involved, it's probably going to go very, very well. The next charm is a mermaid. So to me, mermaids are a distinct individuality, especially when it comes with the fish card, and it takes on like a spiritual element. The mermaid here is actually, she has her back turned to us. So I do think even though you are going to show up as your best self, you are going to be mysterious. It's okay to be a little bit introverted or a little bit reserved because how you present yourself, it's going to carry a lot of weight. The next charm is a bunny with a tennis racket. You're going to be very quick on your feet, which makes sense with the Eight of Wands card. So even though a lot is going to be happening, at the same time, you are going to be able to handle it. We have an owl that is about wisdom. Another key, because this one isn't a heart, it could be a key to something else. So you are probably going to receive something that makes your life easier. We have an elephant, another sign of wisdom. I also really got the sense there of like a spirit animal. Perhaps a spirit animal for some of you will actually be present on that day. We have a Queen Elizabeth II medallion. Queen Elizabeth was one of the longest reigning monarchs of England and the United Kingdom. This is an indication that you are really going to step into your power. You are going to be really interesting. People are going to be attracted to you. They're going to gravitate to you, which makes sense with the Astro dice we pulled earlier. And then we also have a horse, galloping speed. So really interesting set of charms. I really think you are going to be able to handle this day quite well. There's going to be a lot happening. You may be really tired at the end of the day, but it's not going to get you down. You are going to be able to walk away from this day in a better position. You're probably also going to change some people's minds about how they perceive you. It's in a good way, but in a mysterious way. Like they won't be able to put it into words, but they're going to feel better about you. And really, this day is just working out in your favor. It's going to be weird and upending, but all the good things that it needs to be in order to make life better. So I'm really happy to see that for you. Pile 3, if this reading resonated with you at all, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more. You can also go into the description of the video to check out my links to my socials or a link to my Ko-Fi if you would like to tip. And otherwise, please let me know what is happening on this day for you, either if it's in the next 24 hours or in the near future. That way, in the comments, I can wish you luck if you let me know. So, Pile 3, I wish you the best, and I hope to see you again.